For the family world in Minecraft, with beacons now available, a massive surge in the demand for blocks to form the pyramids has been in effect for a while. But with most of the metals being used in the crafting of other goods, using whole blocks of these for the beacons didn't sit well with me. My material of choice became emerald blocks. Due to the limited use of these anyways, it felt like the right choice. The only catch to this would be the amount of emeralds I could generate for each in-game day. The main method to acquire emeralds for the family world is through 4 librarians that each would claim paper for this currency, granting 1 full stack from maxing out the trade with all 4. But 1 full stack of emeralds would only convert into 7 blocks. This meant obtaining the amount of blocks needed to build a beacon's pyramid, which is 2.5-ish stacks, would be painfully slow. But I did notice another trade they all had, so I could score more emeralds. Ink sacks. Sometime near this, I had also visited an ocean temple and saw the prismarine material again. And while the entire roster of this looks good to me, the one that stands out the most was the dark prismarine block. And since I don't like tearing down structures to get the blocks I like, I checked the recipe for dark prismarine, and one of the main ingredients was black dye, easily made from ink sacks. The reasons had now doubled. I wanted to make a squid farm. Yet another coincidence in timing was that many videos ago, when I presented my own version of an XP machine, I had mentioned that spawn manipulation was something that I didn't know a single thing about. So I did watch a few videos to point me in the right direction, but not for the straight answer. I listened to the explanation of the mechanics behind the scenes, and purged my memory of whatever machine was shown, so I could give it my own try. Some of the mechanics talked about did include squid spawn logic. And so I knew what to do, but it would take a long time to do, since I didn't want some flying, squid farming machine stuck in the air. I had to make a base in a spot of the ocean that would naturally spawn squid, with a foundation large enough that nothing can spawn nearby, and leaves no room for anything to spawn underneath, thus focusing the spawns where I want them to be. And since fish can be as small as 1 block, this foundation needed to be solid. No holes anywhere inside. This part took the absolute longest. Piecemealed through months of mining and placing cobblestone. It was only completed recently, sometime in between my last War Robots binge and suffering off-screen through the knife-only challenge in Resident Evil. On the good side, building the machine itself didn't take long at all. I made a test version for proof of concept, then tore it down to make a proper version the same day. This machine uses an acceptable amount of water to make a depth that allows squid to spawn in, while the soul sand at the bottom pushes them up to the top, where another current pushes into a drop zone that will funnel the squid into a tiny spot that is a simple piston system on a repeating cycle to keep a trident in motion that will make calamari out of them. I tried this trident method since I heard that if you hold out a looting sword while the trident lands the final hit, looting will still activate. At the top is a small AFK room, just close enough to keep the squid spawning, but far enough from the floor that I haven't seen anything unwanted throughout the nights I've spent there already. The best part of this is that it is producing massive amounts of ink sacks in a short time. So much that I'll most likely need to upgrade my Guardian farm to speed up the collection of prismarine shards and balance out the production rate compared to the ink sacks. I'll most likely make the area look better later, but with the main show out of the way now, this will be the end of the video. Thank you for watching.